This is gonna be like pretty informal. You know, the idea is just to really share and to just to keep my heart open. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It's for me. That's what it is. To just keep my heart open and loving and just loving and excited. You know, like just to keep that going. This music for me has been such a gift. I mean, I went to a very amazing place called Uman in Ukraine, which was actually a trip that I had planned, and then I wasn't gonna go, and then literally Noam, the day of my flight where I planned not to go, Leah, my wife, asked Noam, hey, should Abba, Dad, go to Uman? And he said, you know, and he's like speaking, but we're figuring out what he's saying. He literally said, Abba, Uman. And then I went to Uman. I totally was not gonna go, and then he said to go, so I went. And man, oh man, oh man, oh Shevitz, am I glad that I went to Uman, because I can't even really explain what Uman was, but just kind of like this feeling, just like feeling so comfortable and close, and just wanting so much to connect to God and to hear, you know, just words of comfort and words of love and prayer and praying for others and loving myself and loving the fact that I'm praying for others and loving my son and asking for help and all these kinds of things. And at the end of my journey, I began to feel music. I actually went to the gravesite of the Baal Shem Tov, the grandfather of this great Rebbe Nachman who's buried at Uman. And the Baal Shem Tov is the founder of this Hasidic movement. And I didn't want to go to that gravesite because it was the middle of the night. I was tired. What are we doing? 4 hours. I went. I was cold. I really wasn't into it, except when I was in this place where they say the Baal Shem Tov is buried, I started to get the biggest smile on my face. I started to feel so much joy, like genuine. I was laughing at this gravesite. I was literally laughing. And I literally saw like an ape just kind of do its thing in the sky with these colorful, beautiful notes just like on this ape. And I said, I gotta play music. I wanna play music. I wanna do this. And I came back and I just started singing around Noam. Nine and nine, 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 like all these songs, you know, and he was dancing and he was jumping, but he was smiling in a deeper place than I had ever seen him smile. And that could have been because I was actually able to see him smile that way. But I was experiencing so much joy and happiness with him. And I wanted to share this sort of feeling of excitement and love and music with others. So I asked Chaim, can I share this music with you? You know, like kind of like playing these songs. Like I have songs, like the different lines from the, you know, the Hebrew Bible, and they're kind of cool, you know. And he's like, yeah, sure, I don't know, let's listen to him. And he started playing the guitar, and it sounded really naturally fitting to play together. And you know, he was just coming up with the melodies while I was just singing out in the sukkah in the middle of the night with crickets in the background. And it was freaking awesome. And then I saw Jared on Simchat Torah, and this guy gives the greatest hugs in the entire world. And I got this hug that felt like a hug from Uman, or like a hug from the you know, these masters of happiness, you know. And like he held on to me. I was like, I actually feel love pulsating through my heart, man. It was unbelievable. And it was on the, you know, Simchat Torah, the day of rejoicing over the Torah, and it was like, whoa, like I'd always wanted that connection, but I really genuinely felt it. And then I'm like, maybe let's ask him if he wants to play with us, or hear the music. Maybe he wants to hear this music and hear how it sounds, and maybe he'd want to play on a song or two, and that would be awesome. And then he heard it, and he was like, you know, some of it he liked, some of it whatever, but we just kept playing. And we just kept playing together, and then he brought his friend Andrew, and Andrew's going to be playing to one of our jam sessions. He brought Andrew, and Andrew was like, I brought his drum, and at first I was like, dude, this is the three of us, you know, kind of ownership. But then, you see, I opened my heart, because I'm like, you know, he was just so persistent, and you could see it. He wanted to play music with us, man. and he said, "This is what I want to do." And so we played music with him, and it just fit, you know. And I'm excited to see where that, you know, this is an event to kind of see where that goes a little bit. So all of this is about opening the circle, you know.
When I was in Sheffield, Massachusetts, I stayed for a week there. We were really lucky that because we built this really fantastic program for my son called Sunrise, that they invited us to come out for a week where the child facilitators that they were training, these people from, you know, all around the world, they would work with Noam for a week. So we got to stay in the home of Sunrise, which is an hour and 20 minutes away, where people from all around the world have helped Noam, I'm telling you, just blossom beyond our wildest dreams. We got to go there, and it was unbelievable, you know, like Noam was looking at people more, laughing more. He likes Batman. I didn't know that. He took Batman off the play shelf, and now he likes Batman and Superman, and he's, you know, these crazy new things were happening, and I could hear more and more language. It was like, he says the stuff that only you dream about. Like, I felt like I was watching a miracle. Like, your own son, who you think is totally removed in many ways, is opening more and more in front of your eyes, and it was just confirmation of what we were doing, taking it to the next step. So one day I had this practice of meditating really early in the morning. So I looked at the sky, and the sky that particular morning was completely dark. It had this huge dark cloud, like I felt like it was in a Twilight Zone. Like it was just like dark, except for this one little tiny sliver of light that was just peeking behind like a cloud. Yeah? So I thought to myself, I could focus in this moment on the black cloud that's totally overcoming this sky, and that was like really scary. I felt like, I don't know, aliens were coming or something. Or I could focus on that sliver of light, and that would only be what I saw. I would just see that light, and that's all I see. Yeah, there's a big black cloud, but all I see is that light, and something just really clicked in for me, and I felt like I was receiving like a message or something, you know, like focus on the good, focus on the good, focus on the light, because when you focus on that, that's all there is, man. So after I got back from Uman, came up with this little melody. Hashamai, oh Hashamai, Shafi, Hashamai, oh Hashamai, Shafi, oh Hashamai. Hashamai, 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 oh Hashamai. Then I came home. Yeah, I'm back from the Autism Treatment Center in America. I'm at home. It's on, I don't know, it's the weekday night. And we worked with this song. And we actually put it to organ. And I played this song on the computer on the organ. And Noah was wearing all white. He was wearing all white pajamas that night. And I was just like, this dude looks like an angel. Like a legitimate angel. Like, I started singing to this melody, yeah? And like, I just felt like I was taken to another world, man. A total another planet. So I added more words to it, and the words go something like this. Hashamai, 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 Safi, Kivone, Umasiyada Rakia, Hashamai. so that's Hashemayim. That was our first little melody that kind of came out there, and these weeks that I came back from this Uman place.
Okay.
So we're just still getting warmed up here a little bit. Still getting warmed up. So let's play something else, yeah?
Yeah.
What are you guys in the mood for? You guys in the mood? Yeah, John.
Are they words?
Oh, yes.
What's the tell the story?
Absolutely. So the first part was Hashemayim v'Sheffield. That's the heaven, the sky, in this Sheffield, Massachusetts. And it's just like kind of like I saw this vision. I'm talking about the good and all this great stuff, but I'm trying to yearn to really feel that. And then I see Noam just dancing around in the white, and then I actually feel it. I actually think to myself, my gosh, the reality that's around us is actually speaking to us. And if we really can listen to it, there's really powerful messages out there. So then I applied a psalm to it. And this is an amazing thing. There's something out there called Perek Shira, which in Hebrew means the song of the universe. And this stuff, I'm certain Noam, really gravitates to. He pulls the book off the shelf. Every time I start saying these verses from the Bible, he's totally jiving with it. He's laughing, he's smiling, he's dancing. Something about this song of the universe. So when you talk about animals and all that kind of stuff, I really think Noam is tapped into a frequency that, I'm just trying to tap into myself, and it's somehow, so the lyric of this one was, Hashemayim misaprim, the heavens, they speak, kavod kael, the glory of God somehow. We kind of feel the glory of God through the heaven. When you look up at the sky, it's telling you something, but we tell the story by how we see it. And the second half of it was, and the deeds of the expanse are he also tells Magida Rakia Masayadab, the deeds of his hand, of God's hand, the expanse tells that story, meaning that another part of the horizon, so it's somehow tapping into the messages of our physical reality is kind of what I was feeling. So it took on a whole nother level when I was able to tap into that, Thank you for asking. Any other questions or comments or thoughts or